Hi guys, welcome back to Beautiful Truth. So I am on a little bit of a recording roll here. I said I was going to upload more and I actually am going to keep to that promise. So for today's video, as the name suggests, I am coming to you with my October favorites. It seems like an absolute lifetime ago the last time I did a favorite, so I am dying to tell you all about the stuff I've been trying out and that I've been loving. I've so much stuff. I'm going to just get stuck in, and I hope that I will be able to fit everything in because I'm trying to keep my videos not too long. So first up, I'm going to start with skincare, and my first product is the Estee Lauder Idealist. This is a pore minimizing serum and it actually is brilliant. So how you use it is basically, first off, I put on hyaluronic acid onto my skin. I have a review up in the blog of the one I use. It's the Mizon hyaluronic acid, and I love that. I let that soak in and then I apply the Idealist. Now, I don't have massive pores, but what it does is it definitely straight away tightens up your pores and it leaves you with a flawless base, so that when you apply your foundation, that your foundation is not going to sink into your pores, making them look much more obvious. If you have big pores, then I would suggest that you 100% try this. I got this from the Loop. I can't remember the exact price as per usual, so I'm just going to put it along here somewhere. But one thing I will tell you, if you're buying perfume or skincare and you have somebody going through the airport, get them to get it there because it's a good €10 cheaper in the airport, but I absolutely have been loving this. So next one up is a bit of an unusual one for me because it's not one I normally include, and it's a perfume, and it is the Gucci Bamboo perfume. This was released at the end of September and I've been wearing it non-stop since then. I'm not going to try and describe the smell of it because, to be honest, I am absolutely brutal at doing that. But it is a really, really beautiful, I'm not going to say fresh, it's kind of more of a musky smell to it. But the name, the Gucci Bamboo, I love the history behind this. Basically, to make a very long story short, Gucci handbags used to be made with a bamboo handle on them because in the war, metal was in short supply. And that is where the name Gucci Bamboo comes from, because obviously Gucci is really, really famous for handbags, so that is to do with the handle on the handbags. I really like this. You can get this in Boots, you can get it in the airport, you can get it in Arnott's and most other retailers. This will be a really, really lovely one for a gift for somebody if you are looking to buy, because the packaging is gorgeous. I usually keep it sitting up on top of my hair clutter box because I think this is the type of one that deserves to be out rather than hidden. I have two foundations in this month's favorites, and one I have literally fallen head over heels in love with, and it has taken me completely by surprise, and it is the L'Oreal True Match. I don't think I've ever included a budget foundation in my favorites because, let's call a spade, I am a little bit of a foundation snob and I tend to go for more high-end foundations. However, because I wear makeup every single day, I am flying through my foundations, and I wanted one that I could wear to school or to work and not worry that it was costing me €40 a bottle. So over the last couple of weeks I have been trying out loads and loads of different budget ones, and there's been some I liked, like I was like the L'Oreal Lumi Magique, I liked it. The Rimmel Match Perfection, I really liked it. But this I fell in love with. Now, there are going to be people going, you're cracked, Sinead, you're absolutely cracked, because when I put a picture up of this on Facebook, oh my God, I have never seen such a divide on a product ever on the blog. So many people were like, this is crap, it rolls off my face, it's patchy, and then others were saying they love it. Now, as you can see, I fall into the love camp. It's what I'm wearing today. Basically, I find, as the name suggests, or as the title suggests, it is super blendable. It's really, really easy to blend over the skin. It leaves such a flawless finish, and I find it to be quite long wearing. Now, I will get a bit of wear down around here, but I get that with most foundations. This has been reformulated, and because I didn't try the old formula, I can't compare between the two. But I would say, if you are a fan of prolonged wear, the way I am a fan of prolonged wear, give this a go because you would have similar skin to me. It's around the €14 mark, and it is well worth trying out. The other foundation is at the complete opposite end of the spectrum because this is so expensive, and that is the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Foundation. This is yet another high-end foundation that I have fallen in love with. What I did was I went into Brown Thomas and I got a voucher, I went into Brown Thomas and I got a sample because at €40 I wasn't willing to take the risk of not liking something. So they gave me 2 sachets, and to be fair, there's not an awful lot in them, so I literally only got 2 days wear out of it, but it was enough for me to go, do you know what, I'm going to splash out for this. This is beautiful. Now I will say the finish, I don't think of these two are a million miles apart. However, this one just has that little bit of extra something. You can see it is a quality foundation. It is long wearing and it doesn't settle, like I find sometimes with foundations that they settle into kind of bits on your skin. Not like patchy, but it can settle and your pores can show through. This doesn't do that. Again, it will wear down a little bit around the mouth area, but it's nothing that a little swipe of your foundation brush won't clear up. If you're in the market for a treat, go and get a sample of this. My advice is to never ever buy a foundation without sampling it. I know I've said that again and again on the blog, but you know what? Money is too hard earned to be spent so quickly on something that isn't going to suit you. Go in and get a sample. They are giving the samples out easy enough because they have them in sachets. Try it out. I use the Buff and Blend foundation brush. Buff and Blend is a makeup artist who has brought out her own range of makeup brushes, which I have been loving, and I haven't included them even though I wanted to include them in this month's favorites because I've only been trying them for 2 weeks, so I wanted to give them a real run for their money. But I love that foundation brush for applying this, and it just gives your skin that beautifully flawless finish that is long lasting. Next up is an old favorite, and that is MAC Give Me Sun. Oh, give me life, because that is exactly what MAC Give Me Sun does. I have it on as a contour today, and I just find that the color of this is just so beautiful, and it really warms up the skin. Again, and excuse the dirt of it, I have been using a Buff and Blend brush, and I literally just swirl it, and what I've been doing is applying it up like this onto the temples and underneath, and I find that this gives a really natural bronze look rather than a contoured look. I've kind of steered away from the very heavily contoured look because you know what, I've been walking around town or around Dublin, and far too often I see girls and all I want to do is get a blending brush at them because they have a big manky dirty stripe down their face. Instead, embrace the gentler bronze kind of contoured look. It is so much nicer, and MAC Give Me Sun is just beautiful for that. Another bronzing powder that I've really been liking, and it's not a million miles away from MAC Give Me Sun, is this Inglot bronzing powder. Now, I can't remember the name of it or the number of it, and I can't get, it's the problem with Inglot products, because they're magnetic, I can't get it out, but I'll put the number down here so you can know. I really like this. It is a little bit more mustardy. Oh, it's totally different now that I see it here. What I've been using this for is a tiny bit on my brush on my cheeks, but I've been using it as an eyeshadow because it's absolutely gorgeous as an eyeshadow. MAC Uninterrupted is one of my favorite eyeshadows to use, and I have it just here, and as you can see, they're of the same tonal family, and what I've used this for is as a transition color, and I really like it for buffing out the edges of my eyeshadows. And like with all Inglot products, they don't cost an arm and a leg, and you can buy them in the pan and just stick them into your Z palette or an already or a palette that you already have. Speaking of eyeshadows, I jumped on a bandwagon and I bought Riff. And you know what? You know me, if something is hyped up, I tend to avoid it, but I am so glad I didn't with this because this is such a gorgeous color. This is one of my go-to colors for work because it is so easy to use. I literally just lash it all over the lid and buff it out and up, and it just gives a color, a beautiful color that lasts all day. I really like this. I haven't really used it for much more than workwear. I'm dying to kind of use it in more of an elaborate way, but I really cannot recommend this enough for somebody who that is just looking for something quick to lash on their lids. People were comparing it to MAC Uninterrupted. Yeah, they're not the same. So if you have Uninterrupted, you can totally justify buying this because look, they're different, and you can tell whoever is moaning at you about buying more makeup that they're different, and you equally need both in your life. However, Break my heart, MAC Uninterrupted has been discontinued. I don't know why they do that. Why do makeup brands do that with stuff that is so lovely, going and discontinuing it? In fact, I emailed MAC Pure and they told me that the whole Prolong Wear eyeshadow range is being discontinued. Why? I just don't understand why. So next up is concealer, and it is the Clarins Instant Concealer. Now, myself and the Clarins Instant Concealer did not get on at first. In fact, I could not understand why people were raving about it so much because I thought it was absolutely crap. However, I realized that it needs to be applied a little bit more differently than regular concealers. Normally I only apply a tiny amount, but I find by applying a good bit more of this, I am getting really good coverage. It's what I'm wearing today. Those of you that follow me on Snapchat will know, you've seen me without makeup. I have desperately bad dark circles, and this is doing a good job of not only concealing them but also brightening out underneath the eye. I bought this in the airport on my way to my honeymoon. I got it for €20. Not too sure of the high street price, but if you're in the market and you're for a new concealer, this is a good one. Now, I still stand over the Urban Decay Naked Weightless Concealer as the ultimate concealer for me, but I've really been liking this one. Next up, I'm going to talk lip products, and I'm going to talk another one that everyone's been loving, and it is the Meet Matte Use. This one is in Charming. I also have Committed. However, Charming has just charmed me right to the center of my heart because this is absolute beauty. I will insert a picture of here somewhere of me wearing it. These are divine, like absolutely divine. They are so long wearing. Now I'm talking seriously long wearing. You can eat and they still won't budge. They're not overly drying on the lips. There is a little bit of a funny smell off of it. It's kind of minty. It reminds me of something I used to eat as a kid, but I can't remember exactly what. I hate smelly stuff, but this I like. I like how it just does not budge, and this particular color is very 90s brown-esque. They are hard to get, however, you can buy it online on Cloud 10 Beauty, or Debenhams Ireland are rolling out the balm into a lot of their stores. Hallelujah, praise the Lord. So it should become a little bit more easily available. Charming will be a little bit harder to get your hands on because this is hard to get worldwide, but if you see it, grab it. I'm actually flying through these. I'm trying to go real quick because I think I'm giving too in-depth in my videos that I'm not getting enough in. But next up is lashes, and I'm talking the wispy, the Ardell wispy lashes. Everybody goes for the demi wispies, which I also love, but these are just wispies, and I just really like how natural looking they are. They give a real kind of full look, but at the same time they are quite natural. You can buy these in Boots, but they cost a fortune in Boots, so if you can get into one of the Sally supplies or kind of one of the salon supplies, you will get them for $3.85. I bought these at the beauty show in the RDS recently, and I stocked up about 5 packets. So if you get them for $3.85, stock up because they're way more expensive in Boots. I think they're like €8 or €9 Boots. Like, talk about rob. Okay, I'm going to move back to lip products, and I'm going to talk about some new releases from Clinique, and they are the Quick Liner Intense for lips and the Clinique Pop Lip Color. Oh Lord, lads, these lip liners are phenomenal, like phenomenal. They are so creamy. I have Intense Jam on me today, and basically they are just unbelievably creamy, like phenomenally long wearing but not drying, and the color range is unreal. As I said, this is Intense Jam that is on me, and I also have Intense Hibiscus. Not overly gone on Intense Hibiscus because it's a little bit too Barbie pink for me. How I have been wearing Intense Jam is all over my lip, and then I've been putting a little bit of Papaya Pop, and Papaya Pop just looks like this, on top to give it a little bit more of a gloss rather than the complete matte look of the lip liner. The range of colours in these Quick Liner Intenses is brilliant, and they have some beautiful mauvey colours that I really want. I have a voucher for Debenhams and I am going in to buy the mauvey colours. They're $19.50, which is probably a little on the saucy side for a liner, but they are worth it. Even if you just bought one, go and buy Intense Jam. if you're a fan of a plum lip, go and buy Intense Jam. I promise you, you will love it. One word of warning, when using it, you only need to put up the tiniest amount. Because it's so creamy, it will break and you will waste products, so be careful there. So I feel like I just went on a speed date or something because I flew through that. I swear to God, I just find when I'm editing my videos that I've talked so much about one or two products that I don't get a lot of stuff in. I hope you enjoyed my favorites. I know there's so much more products I could have included in it, but I really wanted to show you the stuff that I absolutely love. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I would love if you could subscribe, and yeah, talk to you soon, guys. Bye bye.